The first innovative product I wanted to highlight was at the Real Truck booth. We've had hard, soft, and retractable tonneau covers for years now in trucks, and they all come with their share of compromises. But this is the first time I've seen a hard, roll-up tonneau cover. It's kind of a combination of a retractable cover, but functions like a soft roll-up cover. There are thin metal slats that allow the cover to roll up on top of the bed, meaning no storage canister taking up space at the front of your truck bed. But they're more robust and seem far more secure than any other roll-up cover I've ever seen. And because it goes over the side rails, it'd be far more water resistant than any of the retractable covers on the market. There were several companies showcasing portable four-post lifts. Basically, individual lifts, each on their own pallet jack style base, that connected wirelessly to each other to lift the vehicles at 4 points. Now, this is not something that a typical RVer would use, but I could see some of the dealerships and service centers starting to utilize these lifts as they're super flexible in where they can be used and what different lengths they can lift, and are capable of coming in options that can even lift a Class A motorhome. This one isn't directly RV related, but I can see some applications for small motorhomes and those that like to use the RV as a launch pad for more remote adventures. This hitch-mounted tent from Thule is really nifty. It's called the Outset, and it attaches to the vehicle through a standard receiver. When deployed, its legs fold down and basically create a rooftop tent experience, but detachable from the vehicle. It's elevated off the ground, which means that you've got a consistent sleeping platform and the ability to use the vehicle for transportation without having to break camp, which is a major highlight. Thule also featured many of their rooftop tent and bike rack options, and I thought this setup was pretty awesome as well. It's called the Foothill Tent, and it only takes up about half of the roof width, which means there's room for a cargo box or other gear on the other side. The SEMA Show is known for its lifted trucks, lowriders, smoky burnouts, custom paint jobs, and automotive tools out the wazoo. But tucked among those are quite a few products, equipment, and innovations that pertain directly to the RV industry. Even the debut of some really cool Australian travel trailers into the US market. Hey there, and welcome to RV Gear and Far. I'm Joshua. My dad and I traveled down to Las Vegas for the SEMA Show this year, which is a 4-day trade-only event, and the show allows the debut of new and innovative products in the automotive industry. It consists of educational seminars, networking events, live demonstrations, hands-on workshops, over 1,500 featured vehicles both inside and outside the 6 huge exhibition halls at the Las Vegas Convention Center. It was absolutely awesome and totally overwhelming at the same time. We walked and talked all day throughout the week and didn't even come close to seeing everything that was there. The Las Vegas Convention Center is large enough that they had tunnels running underneath the halls, and you can get from one hall to the other via the Vegas Loop transit system, which runs Tesla EVs transporting attendees through the tunnels all day during shows. I want to share with you some of the cool products that we got to see. Some of them are new releases, and others were just interesting gear that I'd never seen before in person. It's going to be a quick and snappy rundown of all the highlights from my personal perspective. I'll find as many links as possible for the equipment and include them in the video description. If they're available, some may be affiliate links, which means if you make a purchase, I receive a commission at no additional cost to you. This video is not sponsored, so those affiliate links are how we're able to fund producing this content and travel out to shows like SEMA. My family and I really appreciate your support. There are many innovative truck toppers on the market, and this one from I'm Camper had a pretty cool enclosed hammock bunk off the side. While in the Van Compass booth, this Class B had a hammock frame mounted to the roof. Trailer Valet was showing off their remote-controlled trailer movers and their new electric tongue jack that has an integrated scale built into it. There were several inflatable paint booths on display, and after talking with the manufacturer, they're already manufacturing booths that could fit a large fifth wheel or Class A motorhome. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the RV roofing companies starting to implement these to have a bit more control over mobile application settings. This dash mount cowboy hat holder was pretty sweet, featured on one of the Ram Comset trucks in the Mopar section. Pop and Lock had various accessories to secure your vehicles and rigs, from catalytic converter frustration bands to underseat lockable storage for your truck, and even A-frame mounted combination lock boxes so you can leave your keys at the rig while you go out on an adventure. Now, I know I'm in the minority here, but I love minivans. Once you have rear sliding doors, you'll never want to go back. And Chrysler's Grizzly Peak concept was a pretty sweet all-wheel drive version of the Pacifica. Suspension lift, bigger tires, onboard air compressor, freshwater storage. integrated MOLLE panels in the back for organization. But why they put a light colored seat fabric in any adventure vehicle or in any minivan, let alone a hybrid of both, absolutely blows my mind. Those would show dirt way too easily for my taste. There was a Winnebago motorhome on display, and just by coincidence, I got to meet Kenny, who is one of the co-hosts of the Beyond the Wheel podcast. He's a Winnebago ambassador and was manning the display when we walked by. As soon as he spoke, I said, I know that voice. It was pretty cool to run into him, and I'd encourage you to check out the Beyond the Wheel podcast. Omni-wall is an on-wall grid organization system similar to old school pegboards, but much more rigid than compressed particle board, with the ability to lock each clip, hook, and shelf in place. They can also print directly onto the grids. I bet some of you would like to have this along one whole wall of your pass-through with a big old Brinkley or Alliance logo printed on it. Super Springs International had examples of their bolt-on suspension upgrades. The Sumo Springs, which are an airbag alternative, and Super Springs, which are self-adjusting helper springs. They have applications to fit both the motorized units or tow vehicles and applications for towable trailers. It was also really cool to see all the additional light strips being added to vehicles, both on the front and the back. Increased visibility while RVing is always a good thing. There was a Grand Design Lineage motorhome showcasing the BDS suspension components at the Sport Truck USA booth. And no matter where you are in the world, earth roamers are always a showstopper. Now, if you've ever struggled to grease your RV suspension, having the hose pop off with a grease gun mid-pump, you know how frustrating it can be. Lock and Lube is an adapter that manually clamps around the Zerk and stays in place until you remove it. They've also taken that same concept into Schrader valve attachments for your tire valve stems. ARB's Earth Camper was set up, and it's a mix between a teardrop, pop-up, actually I don't know what to label it. But you see that back tent area? It folds down from the back of the rig, and it's supported by feet, meaning that patio is off the ground. It was a super cool design with many unique and well thought out features. Wildland has a really unique double-decker truck bed camper, basically combining a truck bed topper and a rooftop tent into one collapsible unit with a much slimmer profile. You can't tell me that that trapdoor isn't nifty. We've seen Kurt Helix fifth wheel hitches coming on many units from the factory this past year, and they've now released the gooseneck versions as well. Now, while waiting for our rideshare one evening to go back to the hotel, I noticed a sign on this underbelly door of one of the coach buses. After some research, it turns out that my hunch was correct. It's a sleeping space for the driver or a second driver on transportation lines. Have you all seen any Class A's with that option? That could be a really cool man cave. We watched a demo of SpliceSeal, which is a low voltage wire splicing process that results in a completely waterproof wire connection. They said this same connection has been in that sealed saltwater demonstration container for over 6 years. This might be an option to explore for our RV 12-volt brake wires and chassis electrical that it's constantly exposed to the elements. Definitely not RV related, but high school Joshua really enjoys seeing all the Fast and the Furious vehicles that were on display. If I had a diesel truck, I'd definitely be checking out the expanded capacity replacement fuel tanks. Titan XXL fuel tanks were on display. And it was really cool to check out the cutouts and see how all the baffling is designed inside of it. Internal baffling is a big deal when you increase the volume of a fuel tank. All that dynamic fluid weight can really affect the driving experience if it's not mitigated in some way. I've been aware of Seasucker for several years, but have never had the opportunity to actually touch their products. And boy, were there a lot of them. Bike racks, portable alcohol bars, shelves, trash cans, light bars, radio holders, snowboard and ski brackets, and even additional fuel storage, all attached via suction. It's truly impressive. And yet, I have to admit, I'm still hesitant. Dynamic liquid weight, like with water or fuel storage, seems like a big ask, and also a big risk should it fail. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below. Would you feel comfortable mounting fuel or water via suction cups? I think that trash can holder though, the shelf and the portable alcohol display might go over really well in the campground. Lear had a ton of really cool modular truck bed organization options, from traditional bed slides, toppers with boxes and storage drawers, to some new upcoming releases that are completely modular and can be removed from the truck in minutes. I've had other truck bed drawer systems in the past, and they were awesome, unless I wanted to use the whole depth of the truck bed, having to take them out. Uninstalling them wasn't difficult, but it wasn't quick either. The Lear stack system can be removed in minutes, and the ability to install just one drawer or move the slides and drawers around in any modular configuration was really appealing. Sticking with organization for a bit, TMAT's modular grid system comes in both sealed versions and ones with drainage holes, depending on your use location. Not only can you use these in the tow vehicle for storage organization, but they would be great in the pass-through or underbelly storage of an RV too. And with countless accessories and mounting options, they're basically secure pegboard for the floor. The opportunities are endless here, and it's all modular, meaning you can build them to fit whatever shape or size you need for your application. Tow Tether is looking to solve an issue I've long been thinking about in the RV space, and that is connecting your emergency breakaway cable to the same location as your safety chains and the issues that could cause in an emergency. The stainless steel cable provides a dedicated space to hook your breakaway cable while towing. Now, at the moment, they're still showing installation instructions that attach it around the receiver tubing, but they said they're working on an extended version that will allow the user to mount the cable further up the body or frame of the vehicle, which I think will be an absolute game changer. Having the breakaway cable hooked to a part of the tow vehicle that is not a part of the receiver at all makes a ton of sense to me. Should there be a hitch or receiver failure, say the whole receiver drops off due to rust or impact, if your breakaway is secured in a location independent from that, then it'll pull when that all falls away and actuate the trailer brakes. If it's all connected on the same thing and that receiver falls off or breaks off, then the whole thing just keeps rolling down the road together because that breakaway clip is attached to the same place. Harbor Freight Tools showcased an upcoming generator release that seems perfect for RVers. This new dual fuel generator can run off of gasoline or propane, has a built-in 30 amp RV receptacle, and delivers a max of 4,200 watts of power. And get this, it's only 67 pounds. Their current 3,500 watt generator weighs over 100 pounds. So lighter weight, more power. It's parallel compatible, so you could hook two of them together with the right kit, and no dog bones for a 30 amp rig. Definitely something we want to be paying attention to when it's released. In addition to all the practical things on display, you'll also come across some outrageous custom builds as well. This truck was in the Horn Blasters booth, and I'm curious to know what you think. Maybe they found a way to use all those turbos to passively compress air for their horns without electricity while driving down the highway. In the Blue Ox towing display, I got to check out their adjustable height ball mounts. The cool thing about these is that they are pre-installed with a 2-inch ball, but they come with a clamshell cover that makes it into a 2 5/16 ball, which is pretty innovative. That might have saved me some time when I showed up to U-Haul with a 2 5/16 ball and had to run home to get a 2-inch setup to be able to tow away utility trailer I was renting. Rock tamers, which are most well known for their easy on, easy off hitch-mounted mud flaps, are a favorite among RVers because they keep things from being flung up into the RV by the tow vehicle's wheels. Now they're offering add-on light bars for added visibility, and they were showcasing a pretty cool product called the Traction Crate. They were able to take the traditional traction board concept and turn it into a crate when not in use. So when you need the traction boards, you pull out your jack and recovery gear from inside the crate, unfold the mats, and use them to get yourself unstuck. Then you fold them back up into a crate and store all of your recovery gear inside the crate, essentially making the storage box one of the tools. Or would that be one of the tools into a storage box? Inflated was showcasing their inflatable accessories, from truck bed platforms and camp furniture to their flagship truck bed topper that can be lifted and installed by one person. The things that they're making from inflated tube technology is pretty amazing. Now, if I could have come home with one vehicle from SEMA, it definitely would have been this dark gray F450 built by Elevation Off-Road. It's a single rear wheel converted dually with liquid spring suspension, in addition to a laundry list of other upgrades. No chrome anywhere, and I think it would look fantastic paired with one of the Australian-built travel trailers we're going to talk about next. UrbanX Campers and Titanium are two Australian caravan manufacturers that are just breaking into the US market. The Titanium TI-22 S4 is a dual axle, well, really it's a dual axle equivalent travel trailer with adjustable air ride suspension and a beautiful mix of function and utility outside and aesthetics inside. The front tongue has a huge pass-through storage locker in addition to the propane storage and additional cubbies filling all the gaps. Perfect for all the dirty storage items like chalks, hoses, toolboxes, all that stuff that you want locked up, but doesn't need to be inside the rig. The overall build quality of this unit blows what most Americans expect from travel trailers out of the water. It has a one-piece roof, huge rooftop ventilation vents, solar panels wherever there was room, and cargo access doors everywhere. The outdoor kitchen was spread along the whole campsite wall. Induction cooktop, sink, pull-out fridge drawer, a bar and countertop area with a huge awning that spanned most of the rig. The rear bumper had tons of built-in storage too, and room to lock up a generator as well. On the street side, there's an external access panel to all of the rig's electronics. Easy to see and easy to access. No crawling under the bed, around the corner, hiding under the things. And on the inside, everything was light and airy. All of the drawers and latches in the entire rig were solidly built and had a really high quality feel to them. No flimsy Luan or paper-faced particle board. There's an onboard dust reduction system and personal fans built into each sleeping position. The kitchen counter was large and there was a roof vent in the shower and another in the toilet and vanity area. They even built in a washing machine. It was quite impressive. And just across the aisle was the Urban X camper. Very similar in style and feel, but a bit smaller and less storage overall. But they weren't comparable floor plans either. Air ride off-road suspension, one-piece roof with huge vents, lots of windows, rugged exterior with a light and airy interior, a good amount of lockable exterior storage both on the tongue and on the bumper. I really like that they include storage for fuel and generator that's lockable and also vented. You'll notice that all the doors on both brands have very large gaskets, which should bode well for keeping out water and dust once they're closed. The brand reps for Urban X Camper said there was only 1 or 2 pieces of wood in the entire rig, and that was in an interior partition, but the rest is made from what they call Relight. They also offer a 10-year crack-free frame warranty, a 10-year structural warranty, and a lifetime rot warranty. I guess if you don't use wood, rot's not an issue and you can warranty that. Pay attention, US market. Overall, I was tremendously impressed with both Titanium and Urban X. I'm excited to see them enter the US market and see how that shakes things up here. We're kind of getting a little bit stale and need some fresh improvements. And these imports from down under may spur that innovation. If you enjoyed this video, drop me a comment. Which vehicle or piece of gear interested you the most? And with that, I'm Joshua. Thank you for joining me here at RV Gear and Far. Happy trails.